So yeah, it's outside of Jakarta, the main houses, and we did one in Jakarta for the studio scene. Um, yeah, it's
Is it like something like abandoned house?
no, it's not an abandoned house. It's just it's a working factory place. So this factory is an old factory from the Dutch colonized
I see.
right now, but it's a sugar plantation factory.
Nhung chứ? Yes.
Released in 1981 by Rapi Film. Rapi Film is one of the oldest and legendary production company in Indonesia. They've been making from the 60s. And actually, our producer is sitting in the middle, Pak Sunil Samtani. So you can add more about the production to him. The original was our favorite, me and Kimo, and we were thinking about making a new film based on the same. It's not the same storyline, but inspired by, because we understand that the story in the original film is already perfect for the film. So we don't want to taint something that we love very dearly. So me and Kimo and Pak Sunil were discussing the story that we can tackle. So we had several meetings and we came up with the storyline, and then I did the screenplay, and I think Kimo did a wonderful job. I loved the film after I saw it the first time in the cinema, and I thought Kimo did the originals so much justice. And thank you, Kimo. By the way, great job for Kimo.
It was a
So,
big pressure because Joko wrote it, so
but I think I wrote the script expectation, but when I saw the film, it exceeded my expectation, and yeah, he did such a wonderful job.
oh, our plan is actually we only have 1 or 2 months, yeah, 2 months of try to make the special effects work. But after we preview it and we discuss it, we decided to prolong the making of the special effects because we know that if we're failing to do whatever it is that we need to do, then the film itself it cannot be bring to that level. So I request Pak Sunil to change the release update because we need more works on the special effects. And yeah, from the very beginning, I was pretty ambitious to do this special effects, and thank God that I have my team can execute it well. Yeah. Um, uh, there is some practical elements, and we enhance it with the special effects. Yeah. So yeah. So maybe about 40 to 45% of the film using special effects. Even if you see some of the sky and the houses and stuff like that, I sort of enhance it more, and I replace it with not just the gory stuff, but a lot of things in detail that maybe you guys don't know that's a special effects shots. Yeah. Most definitely, because if you watch the 1981 one, it's pretty scary and gory at the same time, and but at the same time also I'm pretty feel safe because I got Joko to write this story and the script, so it's just a little bit of both, but this that the pressure is pretty much there because this is a cult film and that everyone loves it. At that time, it won several awards. So yeah, it's pretty much heavy for me, man.
Right, right. Okay, so
Of course, I love every genre in movies, and if I have the opportunity to direct or to produce or to be involved in such project, I would love to, because up until now there's not so much or not so many scripts that handed to me that interest me. But yeah, for me, the edginess and it has to be have that element of a little bit of thrill in my project. So yeah,
All right.
that's pretty much. But yeah, sometimes not to be gory. It's fine for me. Definitely.
All right.
Is there a film critic here this morning? Only one, right? Only one. Um, I think film critics and filmmakers should go hand in hand because every time I make films and I get reviews, I use it to reflect if whatever I'm trying to say through my film get to the audience or not. So I think film critics are very important to filmmaking and filmmakers as well because film critics who have knowledge and good reference, we can use their opinions to make our films better in the future.
I see. All right. Fantastic.
Oh, definitely kepinginnya banyak gitu ya, maksudnya as wide as possible, because I think that goes the same way when Malaysian movies coming into Indonesia and screening there, because it's not just for the economy factor, but I think it's a good way, um, you know. We can exchange stories that we actually in the same Nusantara. So I think that's pretty much important. So if we can collaborate more and be successful in Malaysia and Malaysia vice versa in Indonesia, that will be bringing up more interesting story and interesting project towards the film industry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think to be seen in Malaysia, and if the kutipan is very big, we are very happy. But the most important is to bring our story here for Malaysian audience because we also think that this story will work very well in Malaysia as well. Because feeling, I think it can translate very well to Malaysian audience. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Big fan of Joko before.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Kimo as well. So fan to fan.
Fan to fan. I pretty much try to understand without asking too much of what it meant to be, because Joko never gave me any pressure or anything. But for me, it's my it's sort of my dream as well to collaborate with him. So it does create a pressure within me that I have to do this correctly and not withheld anything. And also obviously my producer Pak Sunil also, it's from Rapi Film, which is the oldest film production company in Indonesia. So that pretty much a big pressure for me to make these things work, at least on the level of in the scope of the scripts, and also in the level of the way the 1981 have succeeded in a way. So yes, there is but Joko never gave me any pressure. Even he helped me so much in a way. Yes.
So it's a great collaboration, I
Of
guess.
course.
Yes.